I want to hear what you learned. What did you learn from last week? What did we, tell me, let's see, who have I not heard from? Brinley, your turn.
I've learned that their clothing was hard because the women or like the girls only could wash their clothes once a week. And they had to wear the same thing every day.
Okay, so they didn't have a lot of extra clothes to wear, right? Okay, very good. Ava?
They had to work really hard and like collect food and things to make shelter.
Nice. Okay. Does anybody remember how long a workday was for the life of a miner? Anybody remember? Yes. Yeah, anywhere from 15 to 18 hours a day. Okay. Okay, good. That was a good detail that you remembered. Good job. Anything else that we learned? We talked a lot about a lot of different things. What else did you learn? Only 3 people learned something from the lesson last week? Oh, my heart. Yes.
I learned what a rocker and a long chop is.
Ooh, can you tell me which one was better or more efficient?
Oh.
Why? You could get through more silt in less time. You're right. Who have I not heard from? Yes, Emerson.
I learned that there's like a lot of risks, like risking money and their lives and their family.
Absolutely. Good, good. Hands down, please. We're going to move on. I just passed out your notes for today. Okay, everybody should have one. Your notes should look like this.
We don't have one.
Okay. Raise your hand if you don't have one. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Anyone else? Everyone else should have their notes for today. I hole punch them, so where should they go?
Binder.
Binder. Excellent job. All right, so we're going to talk about 3 different types of shelter. We're first going to talk about this one is a new one. We didn't do this one on Friday. It's called a wattle and dove hut. Everybody say wattle and dove.
Waddle and dove.
This is a type of shelter. We didn't talk about this one on Friday. I included it as a new one today. So what you're going to do is I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. The first one is it's actually a more permanent structure, often for families. So remember we learned that oftentimes the men went first, but then maybe the women and the children came later, right? So you might build something like this, right? Maybe if you were going to stay for a longer period of time. Do you think this would probably be the biggest shelter that we've studied so far?
Yeah.
Maybe, right, by the looks of it. Based on the picture, what do you think, why is it a permanent structure? Why do you think it would be permanent? What, based on the picture, gives you that clue? Yes?
I feel like for some reason it looks like it's made out of some type of like brick, strong wood, or adobe. Because in the mission, the walls kind of had that like look. So it looks like it was kind of made out of the adobe that they made the missions with. So I went to kind of close to mission.
Good, I like that connection, right? So yes, so this material, notice the name, right? These were the material that was used to make this kind of hut. So it's similar to clay, right? It's a lot stronger, more durable, right? So that is one way that it makes it a little bit more permanent. Any other ideas before we move on? How else do you think it makes it a more permanent structure? Look at the details, look at the materials. Yes, Christine?
Because it looks like a normal house that people would like just live in for like a long time.
Good, I like that observation. It looks like more of like a normal house. Okay, what other ideas? I like the way we're thinking. Vivi?
It looks like it's pretty big. So why would they waste all the time making it?
Mm-hmm.
They're just going to take it down. It
Good.
looks more permanent and it looks more
Stable. Good. Do you notice the windows?
Yeah.
Those would be kind of hard to just like pick up, right, at Home Depot, right? Right? So there again, these are more signs that it's more of a, I'm not going to just like pitch a tent and then 2 days later pick up and leave, right? Okay, yes, Samuel.
I actually learned this in my Ready before, but there was an I Ready lesson where people had those kind of houses with those windows, and animals would sneak in the house to get food.
Okay, good. I like that connection of what we're reading. Okay, so a couple more cool ideas that I found. Actually, it's made by weaving small branches together like a giant basket. So that's kind of how they made the roof part, which I thought was super interesting, right? Does anyone know how to weave a basket?
I know how to crochet.
I've never woven a basket, so I feel like that would be kind of difficult to make, right? But it took a lot of skill, right? So I thought that was kind of interesting. The other one was the clay was used to make it what?
Waterproof.
What is the meaning of waterproof? Christine?
Like water just rolls off it.
Yep. So it's not affected by the elements, right? The snow or the rain. So I think, would any of you like to stay in this structure?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would feel pretty safe, pretty comfortable, right, staying in a structure like this. Okay, so I want you to write down, okay, on your notes, I wrote benefits and limitations. Remember, benefits are what? Good things about the shelter. Limitations are? Okay, so I want you to talk with your group and write down what are some benefits and limitations for this type of structure. 2 minutes, ready, go.